Have you ever felt that the more knowledgeable or more specialized you get in a particular subject, the more dumber or more underconfident you feel? This is actually a psychological trap that a lot of people fall into, which I called being smart but feeling dumb. Let me give you some example why this thing happens. And let me give you 3 methods which I specifically use to get out of this situation. The first example is why experts make mistakes in the financial markets. Have you heard about the dart throwing monkey who was able to outperform the financial experts in terms of return? If you have heard about it, then you may already know that markets are always driven by randomness in the short term period. The second thing you may have observed in your day-to-day life, the smarter the person is or the more knowledgeable the person is, the more he underestimates himself. And the more dumber the person is, the more confident they are. Here what actually smart people do are basically trap themselves in broader vision with specific knowledge. Whereas a dumb person has a very narrow-minded, narrow tunnel vision. So let me ask you a question. If you give an execution task to both of the person, who will be able to win? It will be the dumber person. Why? The dumber person has narrow vision and he always will follow the narrow plan till its end. The more knowledgeable you are, the more broader the plan you look at, the more confused you get. So if you want to execute certain plans, keep it simple and keep the tunnel vision focused on one object. The third example is somewhat related to the crazy herd mentality. You may have already heard about this, that craziness is infectious. If you are a smart person in a group of 10 crazy people, you will be the 11th crazy one. And this is not something unique. You can go into the dot-com bubble, that was the peak of craziness. You can go and look at 2008, that was the craziness of real estate. And now we are facing the craziness of AI. The fourth thing is, have you heard about the castle in the sky? If not, then let me explain what this is. This is completely a financial term where a lot of investors make something look very beautiful, which creates a castle in the sky. These investors make something look very beautiful where other people can jump and buy into the opportunity. But this is actually a financial trap. And this is what we can see in the AI bubble. In the beginning, a lot of financial investors have invested in these AI startups and AI hype. They have created a castle in the sky for an AI. And now we are seeing a lot of IPOs coming out. So basically they are trying to get you involved into the castle. Once you are in, they are out, the castle will fall. The last example is the Dunning-Kruger effect. In this test, they tested higher IQ and lower IQ people. And the test results were that higher IQ people underestimated themselves, whereas lower IQ people overestimated themselves by small amount. If you're feeling smart and dumb, then you are not alone. There are a lot of such examples where you see this kind of phenomena. But anyway, keeping that aside, how to get out of this situation and how I got out of this situation. To get out of this situation, I follow 3 methods which I subconsciously follow and which I call corrective mindset. The first method is underestimating yourself a bit rather than overestimating your capabilities. This will passively reduce stress from the target that you want to achieve. Second is, if you're trying to execute something, try to tunnel vision that execution rather than keeping the execution too broad. The broader you get, the more distracted you will get over time. The third method I subconsciously use is questioning myself again and again whether you are doing correctly or incorrectly. Questioning yourself at every stage of your decision making makes you a better thinker. So let me in the comments below, have you ever thought about being smart and feeling dumb and how you got out of it? Let me in the comments below. See you later.